Welcome back everyone. A couple of things to get off my chest this evening. Two videos that have really taken my eye over the last 24 hours that I simply got to talk to you about. Because quite frankly, they've both done my frigging head in. The first one is DJE Media's latest video from a hotel, a migrant hotel. I believe it was in Harlow. Wherever it was, doesn't really matter. If you haven't seen the video, and I'm not going to start playing a load of clips from it, it's his video, go and watch the entire video. It's a real eye-opener as to the behaviour of these people, the vile, violent, disgusting, thankless, odious behaviour of some of these people that we're allowing to come over to our country. And whilst I was watching that video, all I could think of were the same words coming into my head. The words of Gary Neville, that white middle-aged men are the real problem in this country. Gary Neville, you absolute prick. Go and watch the video from DJE Media and you tell me that white middle-aged men are the biggest problem in this country right now, flying their flags. You tell me that those people at the hotel, you tell me that you would want those men, those animals, anywhere near any daughters of yours. And if you're so desperate to have these people here, there's plenty of them looking for a home. You've got lots of homes. Why don't you start giving some of them to these bastards that you say aren't the problem and that us white middle-aged men are? Gary Neville, your words kept coming back to me time and time again during this video. DJE Media, go and watch it, because I tell you now, it's one of the most eye-opening videos that I have seen this year, and it really highlights the problems and the dangers that we as a nation, that we as British people, and more importantly that our daughters and our granddaughters are facing. I have never seen such a group of men so ungrateful for what they've been given. And I don't even have the words to explain how they make me feel. To think that our forefathers have fought and died and given their blood for the freedoms of these individuals, and the way they treat us, the disrespect they have for us, our country and our way of life, it is just beyond words. I just can't get over that video tonight. I really can't. The second thing that I want to speak to you about, the second video, was from Zarah Sultana. Zarah Sultana, a serving MP. This woman stands in the big house and represents her people, whoever they are. And she gave a speech in Liverpool that, for me, without any shadow of a doubt, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, without any shadow of a doubt, without any question, should lead to her going to jail.
And then we see migrants scapegoating and stealing our scarce resources, demonised by the media and political establishment. And the results are clear for everyone to see. The largest fascist mobilisation in Britain in recent memory. Reform is their parliamentary and political vehicle, and Farage gives them their parliamentary face. But the politics behind it is the same poison that fuels the far right in our streets. And I spoke at the Tommy Robinson demonstration because we have a duty to fight back. If we don't fight back, the far right will keep filling that vacuum that has been created by Labour's capitulation and a broken political system. And we must be clear, you don't stop fascism by ignoring it or copying it. You stop it by fighting it at the ballot box, and where necessary, you fight the fascists in the streets.
There is no question for me. The line has been crossed. We know the threshold. And if we go back to the case of Lucy Connolly, who was sent to jail for basically saying she didn't care. It wasn't a great tweet. It wasn't advisable. It's not something that I personally would have posted, but her mental state meant that she posted a tweet that wasn't particularly nice, but she caveated the tweet or the ex-post with the words, "For all I care." But Lucy Connolly went to jail for a very long time for that. Incitement to violence. Zarah Sultana's speech was very interesting in many ways because she spoke about the struggle. Struggle, that's an interesting word coming from someone like Zarah Sultana. A struggle that involves, no doubt, all of her friends in Stand Up to Racism, Hope Not Hate, the trade unions, Antifa, the hard left, the communists, the Islamists, all that lovely, nice, peaceful bunch of group of people, right? We know about them all. They've all got a great track record of being hugely receptive to peaceful negotiations, right? So that's her group. Those are her combined forces, if you like. Now, the thing is with her speech, when she said that they must fight the far right or the fascists on the streets, that's where she crossed the threshold, in my humble opinion. And especially if you use Lucy Connolly's case as a yardstick, she more than crossed that illegal line. Now, as a serving Member of Parliament, she has an extra duty of care. She holds public office. And just like a police officer, if a police officer breaks the law in public office, his sentence is usually a lot harsher than anyone else's, and that's because they've let us down even more than ever. And Zarah Sultana is without doubt guilty of doing just that. She incited people to violence on the streets. Now, she may have even got away with that if she hadn't have opened her big mouth and said exactly who she was talking about. She was talking about Reform and Nigel Farage. She was talking about Tommy Robinson and all those wonderful people, nearly 1 million of them, who gathered in London on September the 13th. Yes, men, women and children. And we talk again, she mentioned that word struggle. Struggle. We've heard that expression before, haven't we, Zara? The IRA used to use that back in the 70s and 80s when they were blowing up innocent people after planting bombs in London. Don't want to go down that route because thankfully that one has pretty much been sorted out and that's all history now. But we'll bring that forward, shall we, for you, Zara? The word struggle. We'll bring it forward to October the 7th, 2023, when a load of pro-Palestine supporters, i.e. Hamas, smashed their way into Israel and brutally murdered and butchered over 1,200 innocent people, men, women, children, old age pensioners and even their pet dogs, and then went on to describe it as part of their struggle. Yes, Sarah, we are familiar with the vocabulary of these people. And I don't find it ironic that you use similar vocabulary. So when you named Nigel Farage and Reform and Tommy Robinson and his supporters, and there are millions of them, these are the people that you are inciting your people, whoever they may be, to fight them on the streets. That was an incitement to violence. And there is no question, no debate, you should have the police knocking on your door, whisking you away, taking you to the police station, charging you, putting you in a holding cell, getting you in court the following morning, remanding you in custody, and you should receive a sentence at least as long as Lucy Connolly's. And we also haven't forgot, Zarah Sultana, your appearance on stage with Bob Vylan, I think it was. I'm not sure, but I think it was Bob Vylan. When you said, we're not here to take the crumbs, we're here to take the fucking lot.
Genocide in Gaza, and right now fascism growling at the door, and we say, fuck no, we are going to fight back. For the first time in a long time we are saying, we're not here to beg for crumbs off the table, we're taking the fucking lot.
We know all about you, Zarah Sultana. You are not the sweet little innocent MP that you like to make out. Your beliefs, your views are obvious and apparent to everyone that knows anything about you and what you stand for. You are a very dangerous, a very hateful, a very spiteful, a very vindictive and certainly a Jew-hating woman. Gary Neville, the problem is white middle-aged men, right? You see how this is all coming together? These people are no longer hiding it. Gary Neville, the only man that used to refuse to sing the national anthem, we know all about you, Gary Neville. We know all about you, Zarah Sultana. There is nowhere left for people like you to hide because your words, your accusations are no longer valid. Nobody is listening to them anymore. I wish neither of you any harm, and I genuinely mean that, because unlike you lot, we look upon this as something that needs to be sorted out at the ballot box, not fighting on the streets. But please don't try and tell us that we're the fascists, when quite clearly it's you that wears the jackboots.